If you're thinking of signing up for Innago, you have to watch this review first. On the surface, it looks like the perfect free property management solution that can finally organize your rentals and boost your profits. But after thoroughly testing it, I did find some really powerful features that can transform your business, and a few potential downsides about its limitations that you absolutely need to hear before you commit. Now, before we get into the details, let's be clear about one thing. Who is this Innago property management software actually built for? The truth is, Innago isn't designed for massive property management firms with thousands of units. This platform has one target user in mind: the independent landlord, or the small to mid-sized property manager. Think about the landlord who maybe owns one or a handful of properties and is tired of chasing rent checks. The real estate investor who's managing properties themselves and needs to look professional without the cost of a full-time assistant. Or the small property manager who needs to streamline tenant screening, maintenance requests, and lease signing all from their phone. So they've built this entire service around making powerful tools accessible and, crucially, free for the landlord. While a competitor like Stessa is fantastic for deep accounting and financial reporting for investors, Innago Property Management offers much more complete day-to-day operational tools. It combines rent collection, e-leasing, maintenance tracking, and communication and more into one unified, no-cost interface designed for simplicity. But don't just take my word for it. When you actually look at the Innago reviews from other landlords, the story becomes pretty clear. Take this landlord, for example. He said that he loves the automatic invoicing, the reminders, the maintenance tickets, and the payment processing using a bank draft or credit card. He explained that he's able to send bulk email messages to tenants about policy changes, their Innago account, or freeze warnings or anything else. As first-time landlords for 14 units, he stated the software has been really helpful and highly recommends it. I also came across this Innago property management software review from a user who stated that Innago is a comprehensive tenant management app that was easy to implement. He said he's amazed with its comprehensive feature list every day and that his tenants love it. He even noted that his 80-year-old tenant who just got her first smartphone was also easily able to use it. So that's saying something. He concluded by remarking that whoever designed this software knows the real estate business in and out. This focus on the independent operator is what makes Innago property management software stand out. It's built for the landlord who sees their rental business not just as an investment, but as a hands-on operation that needs to run smoothly without breaking the bank, and without spending too much time with checks and with chasing tenants and with all that. So, now that you know who the Innago app is for, let's get into the specific Innago property management software features that make it so useful. The first thing that hooked me was the core promise: the easy online rent payments. So this is the heart of, any management software. Innago lets you set up automatic recurring invoices so you never have to remind a tenant that rent is due again. Tenants can pay via ACH bank transfer or card, and the money goes straight to you. One landlord in a review said that the app takes his tenants' rent each month and sends it directly to his bank account. He also highlighted that when each of his tenants pays, Innago property software automatically sends invoices to them. That's the kind of set it and forget it automation that can save you a bunch of headaches. But you know what? Collecting rent is one thing, right? Getting the right tenant and keeping them is another. So that's where online lease signing and tenant screening comes together as a powerful 1-2 punch. You want to make sure that your tenants are moderately good people, right? So you can create a custom lease, send it digitally, and get it signed completely online. No more printing or scanning or waiting weeks to get a physical copy. Then, for new applicants, you can also run full screening reports right inside the app, checking credit, criminal, and eviction history, and some other details. So this seamless flow from application to signed lease is a huge time saver. But you know what? To satisfy my curiosity, I really wanted to see what other landlords really thought about these specific features, so I dug into some community discussions, and I found a revealing thread on Reddit that perfectly highlights this. A landlord was asking why more people aren't using Innago and what the cons are. He said that he had a single rental and settled on Innago because it was, completely free for him. He was puzzled because it seemed to have more features than other popular free options. And the responses were pretty telling. One user who had experience with it replied that he currently does use Innago and likes a lot of things about it. He said that the ability to customize your lease and other documents and have them signed smoothly is really nice. Another user jumped in and said that he'd been using Innago for a year and also absolutely loves it. He said that it sends out reminders and adds a late fee automatically. He highlighted ditching his property manager, which now saves him over $1,000 a month, all thanks to Innago property management software. Beyond the basics, though, Innago Property Management has been adding features that really shows that they understand landlords and that they're up to date and constantly improving. Their new chat feature creates a direct messaging line between you and your tenants with red receipts so that you actually know that they got your message. So you can send attachments and messages to individuals, or you can message everyone in the property at once. In an era where everyone, texts and uses social media, this is a game changer for communication sitting right in the platform itself. They also offer listing syndication, which can post your vacant unit to multiple rental sites automatically all at once. And they also have renter's insurance tracking so that you can require and verify policies right inside the app. It basically has almost everything you actually need to be a tenant for like 1 to, 20 units or something. One feature your tenants will absolutely love is the tenant credit reporting. When they pay rent through Innago, they can choose to report those payments to the credit bureaus to build their credit score. That's a powerful incentive for them to pay on time through your preferred system. Okay, now let's talk about one of the major concerns, security. Innago addresses this concern head on. They state that all data is encrypted, hosted in top-tier secure data centers, and that they follow the best security practices in the industry. For a platform handling your rent money and sensitive tenant data and information, that peace of mind is essential. So, is Innago legit? My simple answer is yes. But of course, Innago is not a perfect rental management software. It's free. There is a reason why some of them are paid. And there are a few things that you should be aware of before signing up. In my deep dive into Innago reviews, I did come across some users mentioning delays and some issues. One user complained that while Innago finally called him back after waiting for a while, they wouldn't process a payment for a week, which he felt was too long. So yeah, that can be pretty frustrating. No one wants to wait for their money. In my research, these kinds of funding delays did often seem tied to maybe specific one-time events like initial bank verifications, not necessarily the day-to-day rent payments. Either that or it was something else about the situation that I didn't really see frequently in other reviews. But for, the core experience of getting rent from your tenants to your bank account each month, the system is automated and reliable. Did I notice any delays? No. If there were any delays for a couple days or a week, would I really mind? Also no. Is it a deal breaker? No, not really. So while any delay is annoying, it's not the norm for the everyday function of the Innago property management software. I didn't see it that often, but I did think I needed to mention it. The platform's stability in automating your rent collection, your lease signing, and your maintenance communication is where it consistently gets high marks from landlords who use it daily, let alone the fact that when it comes to cost, this is really where Innago property management software truly stands out, and it's because their pricing model is incredibly straightforward and competitive in that it's free, especially for the independent landlord. They do have a free version that gives you almost everything like rent collection, lease signing, maintenance tracking, listing syndication, and tenant communication. The landlord pays absolutely nothing. Fees are typically charged to the tenant for certain payment methods, like maybe a small fee for credit card payments, or you can choose to cover them yourself. But compared to many other professional platforms that charge landlords a monthly subscription per unit, you can save a significant amount of money with the free version, which goes straight back into your pocket. If you want to check out the most current Innago pricing, any active promotion deals, and their latest fee structure, make sure to check the link in the description of this video. We'll try to keep it updated so that you can get the best possible deal. So, what is my final verdict in this Innago review? What's going on? What are we thinking here? Well, if you're a hands-on landlord or maybe a small property manager and you're frustrated with piecing together, Venmo, paper leases, text messages, and, looking for tenants and messaging tenants, then the Innago property management software is absolutely worth a serious look. The combination of a robust, all-in-one toolkit with a genuinely free for landlords price tag is really powerful. Check that link in the description of this video to get started with Innago and simplify your rental business.